Ex tried to hit me, bitch, I'm over you. I just hit decline cause I know what it is. Motherfuckers watching, trying to see how you move. Cops keep killing.
Hey, yo, welcome everyone to the second episode of the First Gen Pod. I am your host, Krypto.Divine. Bring your own mind. To my left,
I'm that one nigga, Darkskinned Jermaine, for sure.
It's your boy Solomon Israel, Free Palestine.
It's your boy Andy Black, a.k.a. Black Andy.
Andy Black. Hey, how was your weekend, Andy?
My weekend was good. It was good. I ain't get into much. I'm lazy and old, so
Yeah.
I was just chilling at the crib.
Happy New Year, by the way. You ain't do no New Year's.
Matter of
type
fact, I'm glad you brought that up.
I know you was praying and speaking in tongues for the first 12 to 48 hours.
Actually, no, I wasn't. I usually do that, but I didn't do it this
Okay.
year. I got dressed up and went to my sister's house. I feel, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Went
Hey, you
around-
been doing
I
a
went
lot of
around
dressing up lately.
Man, I wish I could do
I would
more
love to see this
dressing up, man.
thing. 'Cause
Listen,
I don't know if they can see the flip flop.
Damn, he
But
could
I was
coming right in.
I'm
Listen.
sorry. I just wanted because
Listen.
he walked into it, and I ain't seen Andy Black dressed up yet. I want to see what it do.
I mean, I do a little something.
gonna
You
have
ever
to
seen?
zoom
You ever
in.
seen Out of Wild? That's my style.
Oh,
You ever seen Out of Wild? That's my style.
Old prohibition gangster pimp
Yes,
type
yes,
shit.
sir.
I
Yes, sir.
see.
That's my style.
That's right. You embrace it and you stand in it.
I think I
Like
guarantee.
he got a pocket watch and some loaf.
Hey, you know what? Thank you. Next time, pocket watch. Next time.
Suspenders. Okay.
What about
Suspenders.
you, good sir? How was your weekend?
Weekend, it was uneventful. My girl was super sick, so I just been dodging the cooties. And
Oh no!
Shut up. Going to get medication and sneaking out to get a drink here and there. You know,
Why your girl sick?
hey,
When else you supposed to do it?
what I was supposed to do, right? Just sit there and dodge phlegm.
You supposed to be there at her bedside,
Yeah,
bringing her soup and tea.
hot
JoJo
toddies,
make her
you
own
feel
soup.
me?
Yeah.
I brought her plenty of soup, lozenges, medication. I was going running around. I was definitely on.
He threw her a pack of Theraflu and
You
got up
opened the
out of
door.
there. What about you, Jermaine?
Man, I took a road trip this weekend. You know, I went to Columbus,
Uh-oh.
celebrate my niece's 30th birthday.
Okay.
Shout out Bree Bree.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Bree
birthday.
Bree.
Birthday, Bree Bree.
Surprise party. That shit was lit.
Oh yeah.
Surprise?
Yeah, surprise.
Wait, how did it go? Like,
No, it
was she really? Did she know?
surprised.
She was really
She knew
surprised.
something was gonna happen. She didn't know she was walking into a surprise party, so we got her ass. You feel me? And I got drunk, and I
Speaking to
started,
your mic, brother.
I'm not.
You're a little ways away.
Yeah, you.
Anywho, you know, I got drunk immediately and got to trying all the friends one by one.
Got right to it.
One by one, I made my way down the line.
Struck out every time.
No.
huh?
Do you know who?
Do you know who you are talking to?
Stop playing. But no, they didn't see me talk to each one friend. They was like,
That's where you went wrong.
So
you can't
ultimately,
let them
you
see
did
you.
strike out.
I
You know what I'm saying? If they see you, ultimately, you did.
isolate.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? If I would have isolated, you feel me? I could have done what I wanted to do, but I ain't isolated.
Hey, if
I
the
felt
game's
like-
strong enough, it don't matter who see
You
you.
feel the way the
guess.
night was going, you feel me? It was giving that wedding party vibes where, you know, I could have made it happen. A couple of them, you feel me?
Some of the bridesmaids.
Yeah, something like that. They was all dressed alike, you feel me?
For real.
But yeah, I had an eventful weekend, you feel me?
What about you? How was yours?
Man, I ain't really do a damn thing. I played Call of Duty.
I saw you was on Call of Duty the one day. I was only playing for
You didn't want to join my party?
I thought about it, but then I only played for like 10 minutes. I was over it.
Cause you ain't good for real.
Yeah, okay.
I be in there doing work, boy. You know, you came
But
over.
y'all on what, P5?
Yeah. It's time to upgrade, man.
I'm an Xbox dude. I'm not leaving Xbox. It's just not happening.
Dude,
It's not happening.
I'm not leaving Samsung.
you can't be a second class citizen all your life.
Listen, first off, we good in the Xbox world.
Xbox.
We good in the Xbox
I remember my
world.
first game system.
I ain't gonna lie, it's time to change. I'm an Xbox man too. I did it for Halo, but I mean, what's better than God of War? Like, it's time to go.
Everything.
Everything's better than
I'm
God
just
of War.
playing.
though. Y'all know you bullshit.
I'm just playing.
That's
time-
like
that's
game
the-
of the year in every game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The exclusives on
Still ain't even played that
PS5.
shit.
Hey, this cat was like, I played to the first. I fought that big bear and I couldn't get past him.
The
And I was
exclusives way
done.
better on PS5.
Yeah. For sure.
I just like, I don't know. I just like, I play one game at a time. I ain't a big gamer. And I only play that for like a couple, 10, 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah. I'm confused right now. Is this your water or is this?
My water's
Okay. Why is it too?
This is spare because I had a bunch of them.
You know what else is?
I just don't want to drink off.
What
of
else
y'all
is on the
niggas.
ground? Them motherfucking Pittsburgh playoff hopes.
Hey, you Browns fans.
These
though.
Browns
Bro,
fans,
y'all are
man.
weird, bro.
Like,
No,
let's
because
get
y'all
to it.
weird. Like Sunday afternoon, fam. This is what happened to y'all Sunday afternoon. First of all, you lost.
Tell me our history
Number
real quick.
two,
Tell me what.
you know what I mean? Deshaun was getting touched when Pittsburgh felt like touching him. Then he throws 2 interceptions. Your coach forgot you got 2 of the best running backs in the league. Your offensive line ain't blocking worth of, I don't want to cuss, but you know what I'm saying? Your defense can't stop us, and only thing you worried about is Pittsburgh not going to the playoffs. Y'all Browns fans are weird. Y'all are weird. Fam, like,
Come on, man.
I ain't never in my life wanted another team to lose more than I want my own team to win. Like, y'all
Bro,
weird, man.
that is all they have. Us losing is equivalent to them winning. Like
I
that's
wake up and
that's it.
I wake up and y'all like.
Matter of fact, they would rather us lose than for them to get a victory.
They will.
That's how
That's
crazy it is.
You would rather us lose than you get a victory.
When we lose, and I want to see y'all lose. Yes, I'm sorry. I mean, what
But
do you
y'all
want?
always lose.
Well, so I always want to see y'all lose.
Okay, I feel it. I feel it.
We win.
Every Browns fan needs prayer and therapy.
Right.
In that order.
Our quarterback has been playing for 3 or 4 weeks. Y'all glad y'all beat him down, huh?
We don't care that much. You brought it up.
You told me he threw.
We
2
wasn't even gonna say
interceptions.
that.
That's what I'm saying. One of your concerns, it should be, you know what I'm
got like
saying,
an
what's
hour
going on
playing
with
time.
your team.
Hey,
Not
but in-
that Pittsburgh
in
is
fairness
losing.
to Deshaun, man.
We already chalked it up the next year. Y'all was still hoping.
In fairness
So let's
to
go ahead and
Deshaun.
Put my Timberlands on them necks over there.
We don't chalk it up. We play to the end. Y'all don't play. After y'all get like 6 losses, y'all stop. Y'all just stop playing.
and y'all stopped right next to us.
Nah,
Watch
bro.
the
Come
rest of
on,
the
cut it
niggas
out.
play.
Let's not do that.
And what's going on? Oh yeah, my bad.
In fairness to Deshaun, he ain't been getting his massages, man.
You know what? And what we got on the docket? Come on,
I'm
man.
just saying. Like,
He been getting massages. They just been all.
NDAs.
it ain't been the massages he
They
want. It
been
ain't
all-
been happy endings.
They've been all from men, 5'3", hairy backs. So you know we don't have no issues.
Niggas that look like you.
Orange jumpsuit.
Turn around.
No, man, but football had a crazy event happen.
Yeah.
Bills versus Bengals. I'm sure everybody's heard of it by now. Damar Hamlin went down, had cardiac arrest live. They stopped, gave him CPR for like 10, 15 minutes. Ended up canceling the whole game. It was a crazy scene. I never seen nothing quite like that.
They can't even cancel the game when Shazier had that thing.
I don't. No,
No, they didn't.
No,
They played on, actually. If I remember correctly, they played on.
they got right back to it pretty
That's
much.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I
It
guess
looked
it's a
like they
little
wanted to-
different because they had to bring him back to life, basically, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the sense, if you're doing CPR, that mean like you, or you
Say
know
somebody,
what I mean?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it was dope to see the whole football community and even like the sports news and media community rally behind him and support him and his family and pray for his speedy recovery. And I think recently I read that he has woken up. I think he's discharged from the hospital.
I know that. I know he did wake up. Though.
I think I got a notification earlier, one of my news apps, that he was released from the hospital.
That's good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great.
So,
That's great.
thank God for that.
Because that was a crazy scene.
I don't know where his life goes from here, but I'm sure it's better than where it could have been. That could have been a much worse situation. So I'm definitely grateful for him overcoming that. Hopefully the NFL does something to take care of him. Despite all that.
Right.
He ain't been playing long enough to get a pension, but if you ask me, I suggested him the same thing I suggested to Tua when he got hurt, is go ahead and sit down.
Is he hurt again?
Tua? But he suffered like,
no, they didn't play. They didn't play. Their third string played.
Yeah, he was out. So yeah, he's hurt.
Man.
Yep.
Like,
Yes, it's crazy.
you made it.
Yeah.
Feel me? You made it.
You made it, right. You made it.
You did it.
Right. And was actually, it just sucks, especially in Tua's situation, because he was balling out. You know what I mean? To have to go possibly end your career earlier than you would want it to have been, and not to see the level of greatness he could have achieved is kind of unfortunate. I don't know if that's going to be the case for Tua, but with how that concussion, how that one play went out where he fell and the fencing, whatever, with his fingers, I would be done. I don't think I'd get that more than another year or two of my life.
What about Hamlin?
Hamlin, I don't know if he'll be cleared to play football. You have a heart attack. I mean, once you have a heart attack, your heart is weaker. Now you're more prone to something like that happening. And to be playing a contact position on the highest level of the sport, I can't imagine a doctor clearing him to go keep playing NFL football. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if I was him, I think I'm definitely done with that shit.
What about he got a COVID shot like within the last a week before the 23rd, the week of Christmas.
So you think that has something to do with it?
I mean,
Yeah,
however,
they say that it's putting fluid around people's hearts.
Really? Around your heart?
So that could have, doctors saying that could have been the cause. And then another kid just collapsed on the basketball court. I just seen on Twitter, and he just got a COVID shot too.
A young kid?
I ain't saying that's exactly what's going on, but it's relevant. I mean, it's not a coincidence, I don't think.
Yeah, don't mute us, Facebook, for the COVID talk. I know how y'all do.
but however, I just read that he was released on the 9th. So, and today, I guess it's today.
Yeah.
He was released. But yeah, man, I don't know about that COVID stuff, bro. I mean, I don't know if you make that connection, but it is something to think about. It's definitely something to think about.
Right.
I'm just glad he recovered, man.
Yeah,
That was scary.
Another story, Peyton Hillis suffered traumatic injury and almost lost, but actually he became a hero in this story, you know what I'm saying? So he saved his family members from drowning.
Who was Peyton Hillis, for those who
Peyton
don't
Hillis is awesome running back. That used to play for the Razorbacks. And he actually made a Madden cover playing for the Browns.
know. For the Clown? I mean, oh yeah, the Brown.
I mean, did he really make that Madden cover for playing for the Browns, or was it because he was in a team before that and they just put
It was
him?
because he was a white running back, and they was like, yes, we got one.
Here we go.
Wow, you see how
Wow.
I mean,
We got put him on the cover now, Dave.
this crazy.
Wow.
Wasn't no jokes when Hamlin on the screen. As soon as my nigga Peyton Hillis,
My bad. Go ahead.
You right. All respect to that man because listen.
he in critical condition too.
Listen, all respect to him
and
because
he's trying to save his family.
He
tried-
is
he was trying
a
to say-
hero
he's definitely a
to
hero.
Browns fans.
you ain't right.
Damn.
He's a hero because he was trying to
Put
save his
life on
family.
the
So
line to
that's
save
he
his
was trying.
son.
No, he succeeded.
he succeeded rather. Yeah.
He succeeded.
He is, I believe, still in critical condition.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm
Actually
cracking jokes.
was-
I'm sorry,
He
Peyton.
actually was upgraded to critical condition recently and life flighted. So that's
Damn.
he was just
Really?
Well,
Some crazy.
But
yeah, that's insane. I'm getting
stories
sad
in the
talking
NFL.
about.
they got him stable. So he gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Man, you know what's been looking unstable? That Skip and Shannon show.
Undisputed, huh?
Undisputed on Fox Sports Network.
watch the Shannon podcast. Anybody?
I catch a clip here and
It
there.
depends on who he got on there. What is it, Shay Shay Lounge or
Club
Shay
Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay? Yeah,
His podcast.
yeah. It depends on who's
Hey,
on
he
there.
ain't talk about that on there, has he?
I don't know. Probably not yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Him and Skip, man, it's looking real tumultuous over there. So the first thing that happened,
Today.
and I don't, we got to put it at the bottom of the screen. I don't watch every episode or every week even, but the two major events was, him and Shannon was talking about Tom Brady. You know, Skip loves Tom Brady. Brady can do no wrong. So Brady got to talking about, or not Brady, Skip got to talking about how Brady watches more film than the coaches. Shannon took.
He was sucking.
Shannon was like, it ain't no way you gonna tell me that. Stop that right now, Skip. Stop that. You're lying to the American people. Skip, come on. But
He was
so
Brady.
So Shannon got to arguing with him. Skip told him, "Oh, you're just jealous of Brady because he's still playing at a high level at age 45, and you had to stop at 35."
Skip got hot,
Shannon,
boy,
like,
or Shannon got hot.
Yeah, he like, "Oh, you talk. What he say? You talk to me like I'm a bum.
You
I ain't no
talking
bum.
about I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Hey, I got 3
Right.
Super Bowls.
I got 3 Super Bowls. Yeah,
Right.
dude.
I mean, he ain't on the show for nothing. They ain't just pick nobody.
Come on,
He sit
Shannon.
across from
For one, Shannon,
the shark.
telling Brady couldn't dream of being the athlete that Shannon is. Obviously, Tom Brady has the most.
Oh, Skip said
decorative-
he's way better than you.
way better than you. Like, what does that mean? Like, really think in your head what you're saying.
You're
Like,
comparing-
if you have a football, obviously Tom Brady is Tom Brady.
Right.
He's had the most storied career and whatever in football history. He's obviously playing a position that doesn't require him to be an incredible athlete. It requires him to be a technician and understand read
general.
defenses and be able to make the best of what he got, and he's very good at that. But I'm taking Shannon Sharp. All right.
In conjunction with Bill Belichick, he's very good at that.
Well, he left Bill Belichick and won a Super Bowl
I mean,
with
yeah,
a bunch
after
of
he learned
with a
it,
bunch
you
of
feel me?
bums.
Yeah.
After the
For sure. Tom Brady is what he is. It's apples and oranges. You can't compare
You
the
said
two.
he won a Super Bowl with a bunch of bums.
All right. Oh, all right.
Yeah, you gotta relax. That Tampa Bay team wasn't no bums and when they won.
Okay.
I don't even like Tampa Bay because my cousin made me hate Tampa Bay, but
Okay,
yeah.
they picked up Antonio
Tell this
Brown.
guy don't watch football. What?
What were they the year before that he got there, and then what were they that year?
They had a great defense the year before. They
Yeah.
just had Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston threw 30 picks.
30 picks.
Offensive line.
30 touchdowns,
And even
30
he
picks.
threw for 5,000 yards.
Yeah, he did.
And they were what was their record? Did they go
They was like
9-8?
8 and
They
8,
do
yeah,
anything?
8 and 8, 9 and 7,
Play
somewhere
some
around
ball.
there.
I mean,
That ain't bums.
7 and 9.
That ain't bums.
But
He is good. You sound like Skip.
Shut up. It is mad disrespectful. Somebody I don't know how close.
Hey, yeah, Shannon took his glasses off.
He was hurt. He was mad. And it's crazy because you see
he
people
said, "Put your glasses back on."
put their glasses back on. Yeah, you don't really know what people's relationships are like. There's always like this thing when you see people on a show together.
I know that
You
look.
think that they.
We all know that look that Shannon had.
I'm saying knowing whether they were because it's different if they're actually boys and when consider themselves brothers in real life,
Right.
and then he coming on at him like that on a show. But if they just some dudes that work together, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times you see two people and you correlate them together because they have a show together, whether it's a sitcom or whatever, and we think, oh, they probably tight in real life. They got a show. Of course, y'all got a show together. Y'all got to get
Skip
close.
said they're brothers.
Yeah, but we don't know
this
exactly the truth of
contract.
that. But if it is that way, it's real crazy that Skip would come at him that sideways.
Well, you know, it's his job to be the heel. You feel me? So
Yeah, he definitely takes
sometimes he crossed the line in the second entertainment.
Not Shannon. Skip is kind of disrespectful, bro. Like, there's a difference between
Kinda.
debating, but he be going like he just be doing too much. You know what I mean? We could shout at each other, but it's never disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? The minute it becomes disrespectful, we turning the cameras off, bro. You got something to get off your chest? You know what I'm saying? Before we
That's
continue,
the look Shannon
you know what I mean?
had. Like, you really think I won't just come across
Shannon-
the
right?
table?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying? Before this, yeah, I
Didn't
can't.
show up or something on like Monday or something.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the next thing that happened. So
what
after DeMar Hamlin, all that took place. Skip
chick
made
tweet.
a series of tweets. One of them, I got to pull it up. He said, "No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant."
He threw that last part
Hold
in
on.
there.
When did he tweet this?
Like, when the game was going on,
Yeah,
I think.
like,
While
literally.
the game was going on.
When
While it was
they
delayed.
had took him to
During the
the
delay.
hospital from what I think. Don't quote me, but I think that's when
It
he
was
tweeted
during that delay.
Yeah.
And he took hell for it. Like, people got on him immediately.
Has he addressed that since the the backlash is saying some shit like that? He never apologized.
He didn't.
I remember when
I didn't hear an apology.
I remember when Shannon brought it up. He had said like
He said he
and I'm
stand
not
by
gonna
it.
take it down. Yeah, right.
He said he stand by
He's
it.
like, I stand by what I said because he thinks he's smart because he threw that little bullshit in there at the end to distract away from the clear disrespect of what you're talking about.
Right. Like, we ain't going to catch
Under
on.
those circumstances, right? But
Suddenly seems so irrelevant. So, can you take that tweet more than one way? Like, is he saying like it's irrelevant, or is he saying like
saying that the game doesn't matter, obviously, in light of what happened to DeMar Hamlin. But his true thoughts was the first thing he said, like, I know they're going to not play this game, but how? It's too late in the season. This is going to be, it's going to ruin the
He was talking
playoff.
about how he's never seen this before, never seen a game canceled when a catastrophic injury takes place.
That's it, the Shazier thing. This guy,
Right, show must go on. That's real. I mean, but that was crazy, and I'm glad they did not continue to play.
especially if he died. I think it's because they didn't know if he's going to be dead or not. And if what is the backlash going to be if y'all continue to play a game while a dude just died on the field in front of everybody?
They wasn't gonna tell nobody till after the game.
Speaking your mic, brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mike.
Mic check.
1 2 1
Yeah.
2.
We got to get our mic etiquette right.
I mean,
You know me, I stay in a booth, so I know how to be on the mic, you know what I'm saying? But, everybody don't work as hard as me.
Know how to be on the mic.
you gotta relax.
This guy.
We cutting that part out.
Right. You gotta relax.
So
This
Ohio
guy.
got the online sports betting and everything now. Anybody place any wagers?
Oh, man. I see how people get addicted to gambling. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you, all that free money is gone, and it's hard to delete that app right now. I promise you. It's about to get real grimy and gritty out in these Ohio streets. Niggas about to be on the streets like in San Diego, homeless, robbing
Cash
niggas.
at me $10 for my DraftKings.
It's fucked up out here. It's gonna be bad. I can see it now. Niggas just catch you outside the gas station. They ain't begging no more.
Y'all ain't had
Take
no
your
luck.
I ain't never bet like that. I don't like losing money.
So you ain't downloaded?
Nah. I don't like losing money. Like, I'm just not. I ain't never been into it. Like, here and there, I used to bet here and there like $10 or $15 playing Madden, but like it wasn't nothing serious. You know what I mean? I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
Man, you can come up. That's the only thing on some.
Yeah,
of
they
them.
gonna give you like
Some of them bets.
$100 free, man.
They give you the money, and
You
then
start ahead.
right.
You know sports.
Start
Make
ahead.
a
Next
little
thing you know,
wager.
you down 1,000.
Right.
I'm still green.
It got me. I'm looking at my bank account like I got $12.50. If I hit this $10 bet right here,
Might be able to get it 150.
Cause they get you with the one like the plus 700. You be like, man, if I just throw that, I'll make a huge come up.
as soon as I got that check, I was gone.
Swear to God.
Did you make any? You ain't made none.
I did it. Do I still have that on my phone? I had downloaded it because my cousin got me into it. We do jobs all over the border. We be going over by Sharpsville,
Mexico?
Farrell, or whatever. No, by like Sharpsville, Hermitage, and stuff. And in PA, you've been able to do
Right.
it. And a lot of them, that's what they would do whenever they drive to PA or wherever else. They just make bets and stuff. So one time when I was over there, I downloaded. I don't know if it's I got it at DraftKings. And they were supposed to give me like a free whatever, some free money, and they never did that. I did make a bet and lost, but it was like $10. But yeah, they never gave me that free money. And I haven't downloaded any other one since it came to Ohio.
Really? So you had DraftKings.
I already had DraftKings.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you my referral link for FanDuel.
I'm gonna send you.
I'm gonna get you
my
right.
referral.
I'm gonna get you right. We gonna be up. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Don't get too much
Serious
on my-
questions for the guys. How long do you play along when your sneaky link get caught cheating?
Bro, what?
Where does
Hey,
that?
I'm playing along.
Wait, you say it again? Because I'm about to.
How long
For one, I ain't
do
got
you
no
play
sneaky links.
along with your
I
sneaky
got a beautiful-
link?
What's the
get caught
definition of sneaky link?
She cheating and y'all sneaking around. You know, everybody got a situation, but she get caught and now she calling you like uncle or whatever. Tell him about
Uncle. That's when I turn into Samuel.
how long do you play along?
Get that nigga off that nag.
How long do you play along? Yeah, I don't got no experience.
Yeah, you on your own on that.
Yeah,
y'all
many
was
years
y'all was way
ago.
too
Many
mature for
moves.
this.
No, I'm just married, so I don't remember anything before my marriage.
You don't know what
And
your
you know
side
black
bitch
men
doing
don't
right?
I don't.
cheat.
Hey, you silly. Don't say that.
Tap the teacup.
My wife watches. Don't say that.
You know black men don't cheat, right?
Right. It ain't cheating if you
So don't even
get
bring that to this
caught.
table,
You
brother.
feel me?
It ain't cheating if you don't get caught. It ain't cheating if you don't see it. So turn the lights off. It ain't
If you
cheating.
don't see it, I don't know what. I thought it was big.
Man.
It's a whole bunch of different rules. You feel me?
One thing I've learned.
You ain't learned from Tory
What?
not to be messing around, cheating and stuff.
We're friends, man. That's the story. That's the story there.
You gotta be careful, man. There's some dudes out here to kill for their wives and girls, and even their girlfriend.
Even the ugly ones. And I know that's what you messing with.
I ain't say I was doing nothing. I asked a general question.
Asking for a friend.
That's a general question.
Do you play? Ain't nobody got an answer.
How long do you
How
play
long
alone?
You play alone. Like you take the one call and be like, "All right, niece. Yeah. I see you at the family reunion." Baby.
Wait, hold on.
But after that,
You gotta put on the
but
voice
after that one, when
next.
she called back and tried to do it again, is you still gonna play alone?
Did you?
If you,
Nah,
Did
that
you?
boy-
all right. So logically speaking, I'm gonna do this for the sake of the
Just
pod.
answer.
So logically speaking, if y'all already cheating, then you gotta play alone, right?
Why would she call you
She
when
cheated.
she with?
Because she didn't got caught.
You free. She
Oh,
cheated.
whose number is this? Some shit like
Yeah.
that.
So now you gotta play alone because I'm pretty sure you know her situation.
At least once. But how long do you do it?
As long as you want to continue to mess with
Till
her,
you find another one.
Forever.
bruh. Like
Keep them.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not getting sucked in this.
Like, all right,
I like to talk.
now,
Don't
bro.
entertain this
I'm not getting sucked in
I'm
this.
gonna play along because I don't want her dude to like put his hands on her. You feel me? Like Dana White did his wife.
Is that what happened?
Segway King.
Tell me about it.
Man, Dana, and I ain't even heard this all over the news or nothing like that.
True that. I've heard
Dana
on the
White was
internet.
in the club. Where was they at? Cabo?
They were in Mexico or Las Vegas. They were in Vegas. Wait,
And my story is Cabo.
no, you right. It was like Bahamas.
So we just gonna say whatever.
Yeah, they was in the club. They was drunk, inebriated. He say something
they
to her.
say.
So they say.
It was New Year's Eve.
He say something to her. She's back
nigga
and across his
clean.
face. He said,
All
right back at you.
Big
Oh, no,
grizzly
he,
bear ass
and then he doubled
motherfucker.
up. He got her twice.
And somehow,
Something like that. I seen it.
I didn't even see the second
I
one.
seen
It
it.
was a bunch of pushing and shoving.
It was
I
a
don't know if
dub?
Yeah,
Oh man,
he got her twice.
he went back for
He didn't
seconds.
get that first one too clean. He was like, "Nah, bitch, you ain't about to."
Man.
Nah.
I'm not. I'm staying out of this. y'all trying to get canceled, bro. Like this is the second episode in. Y'all are trying.
But yo, I have not really heard an inkling about this story.
Bro, I heard it one time, and then after that, and I heard it on accident. I want to say it was on a reel on Facebook, but I didn't see it in the news. Like it was like almost like it didn't happen.
Bro,
like
you
it
know
was really,
what
really
weird
hush hush.
Is I seen an article and I read the article, but they didn't have the video with the article. I had to go and search for the video. I'm like, this never happens. They normally have it right there. When Kareem Hunt kicked that girl, it was right there with
Well,
the
he called
article.
himself, tried to get ahead of it, and didn't he go on some show and explain himself or something like that? I saw him on some kind of news. I don't know if it was news or if it was a podcast. 'Cause I watch a lot of YouTube shit, but he went on some big publication and was
TMZ.
it was TMZ. Yeah.
I just feel like it wasn't like, you know what I mean? It
It
wasn't.
wasn't that bad?
No. Don't do that. See, I'm done talking. Go ahead. Next subject.
Sir.
White devils.
He could have close-handed the bitch.
No, I was about to say I don't feel like the
That's
news,
what it sound like.
the story was just out there a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like I had to like kind of search for it.
Sure, yeah.
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
a lot of YouTube people that talked about it, and podcasters and stuff, but definitely no major.
It should have been blasted on ESPN, right?
Man, look, she
think?
lucky he ain't fuck her ass up, embarrassing him in front of all them hoes in Cabo like that on the balcony. Bitch, you lucky you ain't down there with the people.
Here at the First Gen Podcast, we do not agree
I'm serious.
with
condone
any
any
or
violence
condone
against
any
men,
violence
facts.
against
They
women,
drunk.
any domestic
They drunk.
violence,
She taking
any
a
of that.
chance.
That's why
Main's
we got to
thoughts
get
are
our
his
disclaimer
thoughts
game
alone.
right.
For real, like
do.
yeah.
I see that now.
Yeah, big time, big time.
Don't push me, cause I'm close to.
He's
the
gonna triple and double down on
Nah,
it.
for real though. Like all that nigga had to do was a nice little. Whoop, she would have been out there surfing. She's stupid.
Crowd would've
What's
caught her.
wrong with you? Don't do that. Don't do that. Not right here. Well, we 2 stories up. Don't do that.
So why do you think it is that it hasn't been blasted all over the news and everything?
Is that a trick question, my friend?
No, it's a direct question right here for our audience. What is
I don't know. Maybe is kind of a powerful dude. Maybe I don't. You know what I mean? Some people could do damage control real fast. You know what I mean? Depending on who they is. I don't know.
Said he Jewish?
Who might you have to be to get quick damage?
you said he
control?
You have to be a powerful person.
powerful person?
A powerful white.
You gotta relax, man. Y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax.
Dana White. What y'all
Dana
talking
White.
about?
White.
Dana White.
I don't know if that's
I mean,
why.
Jay-Z dirty laundry get aired
But-
out quicker and more abundantly than that. And I think Jay-Z would have a little more power than Dana. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. All I know is rich, powerful white men. It's hard to get them.
For sure.
Hard
you
to
got all
air
the
their
connections in the right place.
Dirty laundry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think.
Do you think it's based on how many times are people gonna reshare it? You know what I mean? Like if it's a rapper, are people gonna reshare it more than? Do anybody really even know who Dana White is outside of the UFC community?
Yeah.
Okay, how you think the casual fan know who the commissioner is of the NFL? So think about the casual
NFL fan.
Yeah,
Know who Roger
the
Goodell is.
casual fan, not people who watch football. I'm talking about casual.
They would
Like they
at
just
least
show up
somebody
on the
that
Super
just-
Bowl. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
Dana White's had a much bigger visible position than Roger Goodell has in the NFL. Dana White is very the face of the UFC.
Puts himself at the
Roger
forefront.
Goodell is not the face of the NFL. Obviously, he is a powerful.
So you saying that the casual fan would know who he is?
Dana?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you watch a casual fan, you watch a whole episode of UFC, you're gonna see Dana White.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You're gonna see Dana
You ain't
White.
gonna
They
see
have
Roger
the
Goodell if you
But as a
watch it.
casual fan watching that,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Like just watching.
Like, what was the little reality show, the UFC fighters?
Ultimate
Is the
Fighter.
casual fan watching that? Or is the actual
What
UFC
does it
fans
matter
watching
if a
it?
casical fan? Is
Because it depends on who's sharing it.
I
You get what I'm saying?
watched it before
You know
I was
what the
ever a
thing
fan of the
is? I
UFC.
feel
That
like-
show was on. They used to have it on all these fucking all them little what is it like FX and all these weird
VH1.
channels. Yeah, you're right. So it would
But,
just be on all the time.
But it don't matter who shared it if it's the right person because they control what we see. You feel me?
Right.
Mark said not Dana. Yeah, you ain't gonna let that share that too many times.
You think Mark said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark who?
I think
Zuckerberg.
You think he was really like,
I
I
think
need to
Dana
stop
said-
this from getting out?
I think Dana
Not my
hit
buddy
him-
Dana.
Not my buddy Dana.
No
way.
way. Hit him up and was like, "Yo, you know how?
Yo.
Ixnay on.
I was with you the one day. You did.
I ain't tell nobody about Jackie Chan was pregnant till you the one popped out with her. So,
Wait.
no.
you ain't see him
Oh,
on
no.
vacation with his wife?
Oh, bro.
Yo, listen,
don't
that
do
guy,
that.
you gotta
Don't
cut
do
that
that.
out. This is
Yeah,
the
don't
second
do
week in a row. You gotta cut that out. You gotta
do
cut
that.
that out.
I'm lost.
You gotta cut it out. I'm begging you. This dude be swinging for the fences. Good
I'm
lord.
glad I'm lost. I don't want to know.
Yeah, that was slight.
This dude.
But my nigga Kendrick Lamar get his
Kendrick.
roses and
His
his flowers
roses,
while
getting
he's
his
alive.
press.
Flowers.
You feel me? Are they deserved?
For sure.
Yeah, they deserve
Let's
it.
speak upon what the flowers are.
Tell me.
So, first off, Spotify, he was the most streamed. He had the most streamed rap album on Spotify. And to follow that up, New York
The
Times.
new album,
Yeah. The album that he hates, by the way,
the most streamed this year.
Never said I hated it.
in 2022.
2022,
Yeah.
yeah.
He hates that album.
Never
he
said I hated
said
it.
Kendrick with what, 1 for
Said some hater
18?
shit like that.
I said
two.
the music did not resonate with me. That does not mean I hate it.
He said Kendrick with 1 for 18. See how he looking right now? He like, what?
Mr. Morale.
Yeah.
I said the music didn't resonate with me.
And I used to
you got the
respect
little
his musical
steppers on.
opinion.
It's because you got these little steppers on. You ain't got the big steppers. You ain't got the
Don't
big
worry
steppers.
about
on.
it.
You got the baby, you got the baby steppers.
Don't worry about it.
You got them baby flipper steppers on. He can't
Yo,
relate.
but New York Times also anointed him as
Greatest
rapper of his generation.
Artist of the generation.
Artist?
Rapper.
I don't know if it was artist
Yeah,
or rapper. Was it rapper? Greatest rapper of his generation. So
How do you feel about that?
I feel great about it.
Okay.
great about it.
There's no debate.
Of course, there's always gonna be a debate. You always gotta hear
That's
what
what we're here to do, buddy.
obviously there's a debate.
Be a debate. That's who you would have picked, though, right?
Greatest rapper of the generation. I mean, it's easy to say Drake. It's easy to say J. Cole. It's easy to say either three of them.
Yeah.
What if
And
somebody
I'm
say a
here
name
for-
outside of them?
They're fucking stupid and they don't know what they're talking about.
Uh-oh.
Who would you even bring up outside of them?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Give an
I'm trying to
argument. I
think.
thought you had a comeback.
I have somebody because
Like outside of them, who would you even bring?
You
Who?
wanna hear
I
nothing
think
with
Jay
no baby in
Electronica
it?
came around the same
He don't got
generation,
enough
but I mean,
content though.
just saying.
Yeah, nah, he don't.
Yeah, he can't even be in
He
the
don't got enough
conversation.
stuff, man.
I don't know.
And he got bodied on his own album.
Biggie ain't have a lot of content either.
Who?
Biggie.
Yeah, more than Jay.
Yeah, but he would have.
Jay got bodied on his own album.
Jay-Z did
By
go pretty
Jay-Z.
hard on that. His album. What was it called?
It was a collab album, actually.
No, I thought it was supposed
No,
to
it
be
was
his
supposed to be
debut
his,
album,
yeah.
correct?
Yeah, it was his debut album, but it was a collaboration. He was on every song.
Bruh, stop
It was their album.
Okay, call it that. I thought that was his album.
It was supposed to be, I think originally, but I think.
And then Jay-Z came and took
And
it
then
from him.
Jay-Z was like, yeah.
Stepped on him like some dope.
Anyway,
Why would he do that if he wasn't threatened or inspired?
I mean, I just want to know who was in the room when they was deciding. Like they played
New York
Forest Hill
Times?
and Good Kid next to each other and was just like,
That's a good question.
Who even asked
How do
them?
you quantify? Who, New York Times?
Yeah.
Somebody there think they a hip hop head and
It's the
decided to
Mecca.
write that piece. I mean, you get a New York Times thing under your name, you can write anything and it says the New York Times.
Yeah.
No, fucking David Johnson wrote it. He just worked for the New York Times, so it becomes whatever. And it's obviously a topic that's
They
gonna
told
gain a
David
lot of
Johnson, like,
traction.
do something hip. Do something hip to make us relevant.
To make us, we're losing traction with our urban audience.
I don't really even like greatest conversations anymore.
Yeah, it's not a fair conversation because, like, to me, I'd be like, the greatest rapper of all time is Andre 3000. But that's just me. You know what I mean?
Right. It's all subjective for the most part.
wrong.
When you get into the quantifiable
subjective?
things,
No, Andre's wrong. Anyway, go ahead.
I was just using that as an
No,
example.
You meant that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Everybody knows who my top is. Everybody know that.
Who's that?
Jay-Z. And then Andre runs a close second. But it's always been Jay-Z. Well, I ain't gonna say always been, but for a while it's been Jay-Z.
So you move just like your shoes, huh? Flip-flop. I see you.
No, because like, okay, so I grew up in a house where I couldn't listen to hip hop. So
You
like
had no say. Go
so
ahead.
everything I say is
My
like
house was the same.
Oh, okay, Solomon. What you got anything to say on the subject
of Jay-Z being his
of hip hop? Period, because you're the only opinion that matters.
so does it matter when you get involved in hip hop? When you I mean, what are you saying?
How'd you get
Does it
involved?
matter
Would you
when
start
you get-
breakdancing?
I mean, sure. I mean, that was one of the reasons.
Sure. I mean, shit.
It's always interesting to me. Speaking to other people, because even I know people my age and young. I ain't gonna say younger, but my age and you. I mean, we're pretty much the same age. It's always interesting to me people who say I grew up on this and I grew up on that, or I grew up like in a house or I was influenced by this. But it's like so did I. I grew up on Pac and Biggie and Scarface. My brothers listen to Scarface all the time, and Nas is still one of my favorite rappers. I'm able to see that Nas is clearly one of the greatest rappers ever. Jay-Z is clearly one of the greatest rappers ever. But to watch the progression of music, the progression of production, the progression of an artist whose music evolves with those times, and how far it's come since then, and how much they've innovated and built on the shoulders of the Slick Ricks and built on the shoulders of Rakim and all these, to see where it's at now. Like for me, like despite what I grew up on, I can see that they have elevated it beyond what you can compare. Obviously, Jay-Z is still in the conversation because he's still making music. He's like almost 50 years old, and he still can rap as good as almost anybody. So it's a fair assessment to say Jay-Z could be one of your greatest of all time. I think most people who say that are just saying that out of convention because he's Jay-Z.
What about the Beastie Boys?
I mean, you know what?
thing, too.
I was about to say something, but you made me lose my train of thought.
Hey, that's Mike's. Hey, that is Mike's all-time favorite.
They played that at Mike's wedding.
If you don't know Mike, hey, Big Mike loved the Beastie Boys.
We was at a party and Mike put on the whole. He made us listen to the whole album. And he was drunk. He was like, "Now listen to what he say right here."
All right.
He kept grabbing me like, listen, you ain't listening.
Did you see when Lil Boosie had said something about, because somebody had said something about the baby sounding the same, whatever. He's like, who don't name somebody that don't sound the same? It's one of the top ones. Kendrick sound the same. Everybody, ain't nobody switching their flow up. I'm like, what? Y'all didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, bro. He said that any of the top rappers, they all sounded. Drake still rapping the same. Kendrick, Wayne still rapping the same. I'm like, nigga, what? J. Cole rap the same. No,
I don't
they
think
don't.
that's accurate. I think after time people
That
start.
they don't switch their flow up that much. They're not. Drake just dropped a whole dance hall album, fucking
House album.
house album. Kendrick shit is out of this world every time. He's doing different shit, different voices, different. So I just don't understand how somebody who's actually paying attention to anything could make a statement.
Yeah, when
like
people
that.
say stuff like that, I can't even give it my energy. I was like, all right, what else? Like, I'm not giving that my energy.
But to
So
me,
crazy.
that's one of the reasons Kendrick is easily in the conversation for the greatest of his generation. He's pushed the envelope off the meter, you know what I mean? And he produces at a high level on each level that he's ever been on. And now to me, he's on a level that most artists aren't even close to and wouldn't have the courage to even attempt to make the type of music or step out of their box of whatever.
Yeah, it's about time for him to pass me that baton, though. You feel me?
True that. There ain't many niggas that rhyme like Krypto.Divine. I don't know if y'all know.
Hey, man, I got a serious topic. This wasn't on the topic board or whatever, but what's up with y'all niggas being musty in the wintertime, man? Like, y'all gotta cut it.
Hey man,
out,
that's a
dog.
wild thing to be musty in the wintertime,
Dog,
bro.
ain't it?
You don't even sweat in the wintertime like that. Like that's wild.
Like,
That's
you
why
gotta
niggas don't be
try.
wearing deodorant. Motherfuckers
You
think
feel
they
me?
ain't hot. They ain't sweating, the dang gonna sting.
Yeah, I guess. That's a wild thing.
But, like, you gotta smell yourself when you musty.
I was in the gym last week. Me and Joe worked out, and there's a couple dudes, couple different groups of dudes that we ended up walking past, and she just, I can't be over here. And I'm like, damn, at least that I know of, I've never stunk to that bad to the point where my shit radiating around a room. The moment I get a whiff of something on me, I gotta get the fuck out of here and do something about this. But cats really be letting that just marinate, and it's like they're not aware of it, or people just got different degrees of body odor and that shit.
Yeah, some people go nose blind to certain things, I guess.
Ugh.
I could never.
You could just act like it ain't you the whole time. That's what they be doing.
Or you know what I mean?
Liability.
Just
Living in delusion.
You got anything more important we can talk about?
I know Solomon Israel does. He got a sermon to preach today.
I don't got a sermon to preach, but there is conversations, some things we probably should talk about. So we'll use this moment to get into our big talk. For those of you who don't know, 'cause I think our first episode we omitted this part, but typically
Make sure you say it in the microphone.
we have a big talk here on First Gen Podcast, a moment where we like to step away from the typical celebrity news cycle, take a break from the gossip of current events, and try to talk about some of the bigger questions and concerns and things that we all face in our life, family, society, community. And recently, a thing that I've been aware of, because like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube and stuff. I watch a lot of other podcasts and different influencers and people.
Yeah, he's a YouTube historian.
I'm not a YouTube junkie, I think. And one of the newest things, this phenomenon, is this whole red pill, manosphere, men's rights movement. And I'm not sure if any of y'all are aware or have seen any of this stuff, but it's kind of where, the Andrew Tates and and people like that Fresh and Fit podcast and shit. It's kind of the realm of content that these cats live in. And I guess in summary, it's like a this awakening that some men have had where they think, that feminism is the biggest problem in society, and that it's ruined it's ruined the relationship between man and woman, and that men are really the disadvantaged ones in society, and that we need a rebalance of power and to assert your dominance and masculinity and whatever. And it's just I will say that there is some truth in some of the things that they talk about. And I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with this topic.
I ain't that hip. I've seen little clips and segments, but I've never really researched it personally. But I know there's like red pill guys, there's blue pill, there's black pill.
Right. And so I think it speaks to a certain type of man who exists in the world who doesn't have anybody to speak for him. There are a lot of people who are depressed, or you're ugly, you're little, you haven't done anything with your life, you ain't got no money, you never got girls, whatever. And you feel they're the most, and especially white men, that white men incel community who, because they're white men, everybody thinks they're privileged. But since they're incel dudes, ugly, no money, whatever, you a loser, they're like, fuck this. I've been fucking beat up and chewed up and spit out my whole life, and they're fucking telling me I got privilege. Yeah. So they speak to this person who is obviously a big part of the population. And I do think there is some truth in there are plenty of men in this world who've been dealt shitty fucking hands. And if you've been dealt a shitty hand as a man, ain't nobody coming to save you. There ain't shit that you can I ain't gonna say there ain't shit you can do about it, but nobody's coming to help you. There is no movement, but now apparently there is. The danger in it is that it has emboldened some of these men to hate women or be against women's rights, feel entitled. And the biggest problem with it is that it's like a gateway to the right wing, because basically it's a right wing philosophy and ideology. And then once they go down this rabbit hole of thinking they're men and there's a war on masculinity and whatever, they go down this rabbit hole and they find their way into racism and sexism and all these other things that are speaking to who they are, because they are a category of a demographic of people who are kind of shit on lately because shunned because they're mostly white men. But I do think also there's a lot of men in that category who aren't white, who also fall into that category. So like I said, it's an interesting phenomenon I've been watching recently, and it's birthed this whole category of influencer and podcasts and people who try to cater and pander to this type of person.
It's definitely a lot of female versus man thing. Podcasts going on, and it's starting to irritate me. Actually, it's just a whole lot of it.
I hate it,
and it's so overdone.
Yeah,
and then it becomes predatory almost, because they're just striving to make this content. You've picked this lane to be in, so now you got to contrive so many bullshit arguments to even bring anything of substance out of this, and it becomes forced, and they start to just pick so many straw man arguments and pin men and women against each other. And at the end of the day, we are better together. You know what I mean? There's a reason. The family unit has been what pulled us out of the dark ages and created civilization. Men and women are a team, and we're better together instead of against each other. And I just hope that a lot of these young men and people can see through this whole industry that's trying to rob them of their power and trying to turn them against their counterpart. You know what I mean? We are, I don't know. For me, masculinity is learning to respect women, learning to respect other men, learning to work together, and being a leader. You can't be a leader if you don't care about everybody else on your team or on your team or whoever else is helping you move forward. But that's mostly what I got to say about that, y'all. Have any?
Man, I think you smoked that, bro.
Think I
ain't got
smoked
much,
that?
Yeah, I ain't got much.
Yeah,
to
man.
add to
I was
that.
itching to snap.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to dominate that conversation.
No, I mean,
I guess
you-
I didn't think of any questions I could ask y'all that would help.
Yeah, you handle that. You handle that.
What's that?
You have to repeat it so they can hear me. But
Mike has a question.
is it because those white male egos are hurt?
Yeah.
Is it because the white male egos are hurt?
Is it
That's
because the
question.
white male egos are hurt? Obviously, I think that is a huge part of it. You know, yeah, your ego gets hurt, but they're people and they're really hurt. You know, there's some people who have been broken down and beat up through life. They've never, they never had nobody there, and especially growing up as a man, crying and all that. You opening up about your feelings. That's something that's not really encouraged as a man. Now, hopefully you go through life and you meet friends and people that you can lean on and people that you can talk to. But that person, that guy, that dude who's been a loser all his life, never, maybe socially awkward, never had no real friends. He has no motivation. He's broke. He ain't got no money. Don't get girls. Whatever. He's also a man. And has been taught that it's weak to show your feelings and all that. You know what I mean? So yeah, his ego is hurt, but he's also literally hurt, and he's a human. And then he's never heard anybody have his side or speak to his the conditions of his life. And then these people come talking with this men's rights thing, and men got a raw deal and whatever, and it speaks to them, and it's finally a community that they can belong. Well, like I said, and then there's truth to it. Like I said, men.
So you really rocking with it for real?
No, but I understand. I understand both sides the same way. Everything is not black and white. There's gray areas to everything. And I can see.
You got a manosphere shirt on underneath that.
No, but I was going to say, I think what happens is there's always got to be like an equal force on each side. So if one side is constantly pushing,
Right.
you are leaving the other side to open up to like create something to push back. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no matter what it is, if
Right.
this side is constantly pushing,
So
on this side, something's going to be created
Right.
to fight that.
So feminism definitely started it with men ain't shit and every man
And it
is
goes to the
predator,
extreme.
and it goes to the extreme. Went to
Right.
the extreme on that, and now it coming back on the other side.
Right.
And it's just a very unfortunate, reality. I mean, it seems like we're just fucked because, like I said, that is a huge population of people, and I think there's a lot of people on that side who are prone or on the brink. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Some of these niggas is close. Some of these people are close to violence, close to killing themselves. Men die. Men kill themselves at a much higher. I don't got the statistics, but I know like 70% of the suicides in the world are men. And more likely to die from gun violence and all these things. Most deaths in the world are men. So there are a lot of disadvantages to being a man. I know feminists and people talk about all the advantages that men have over women, but it goes both ways, And I think some of the most detrimental disadvantages are on the side of being a man. You know what I mean? You're required or expected to build and create your house, take care of it financially, or take care of yourself financially. Men aren't trained to go find a good wife that's going to take care of you, one that got money and whatever. Women are almost trained to do that from a young age, and you can get through life, no education, no skills, no nothing. If you're pretty, you can find a man who's got it together, who will take care of you. And that cultural conditioning.
I mean, we understand the balance, though. We understand. That you a loser. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. But if you look in the mirror and say, I'm a loser and I'm ugly and I'm insufficient, we all know there's always one thing that can fix these problems. Right? Go get yourself some motherfucking money.
Right.
And none of that shit matter.
Yeah.
A pretty girl, no, all I got to be is pretty. We understand the balance.
That's it.
Should you be defined as a man by how much money you got?
You should be defined as a man. Like when he said, "This man is down and out." But he is, all of these things, but he's still a man. I thought to myself, is he?
Okay.
Because a man will pick himself the fuck up. You know what I mean? Depression is a real thing.
Depression is a real thing.
Real thing.
Other kind of mental illnesses are a real thing.
sure.
You know what I mean? Trauma is a real thing. There's people who've been through. I know I had a rough life. I know most of us here had a decently rough life, but I know it gets 1,000 times worse than what I went through in my life.
Right.
And I'm blessed to not see some of those situations. There's kids been abandoned in trash cans and going through the system, foster care, or never got in foster care, was just a homeless child growing up, had to grow up on themselves on the streets. All kind of shit like that. Abusive father, being fucking molested, being beat. That shit holds trauma that stays with you, as you develop. And it's not as simple as just snapping out of it. Pick yourself up, go make some money, go to the gym, whatever. When you're broken down as a human being, and your body goes into a survival mode, your basic needs you're out there trying to meet. You're not trying to evolve and grow, and you're in survival mode.
Hey man, brother, I don't want to cut off your sermon.
Oh, please don't.
Has it been? Did I overdo my time?
You can go for days and days and days, but we gonna continue that on the next episode.
Ooh.
For sure.
You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Until
I
next
like
time.
that subject.
You like this episode?
I do.
We're going to air it.
I like that subject.
We might.
It's so.
I see.
Yeah.
But any last words before we get out of here?
Listen, man, I meant to do this last time. I don't want to be a downer, but I wanted to dedicate the first episode to my daughter that didn't make it, Juliette Monet. So I'm gonna dedicate this one to her. Daddy and mommy gonna hold it down here. You do your thing where you at, baby. Love you.
Much love.
Much love.
Oh, before we go,
Talking to Mike, man.
my bad. Before we get up out of here, I want to shed some light on a small local business. The North Park Barbershop, feel me, ran and owned by a friend of mine named Sean Jordan. You can go get your haircut booked anytime on the app. North Park Barbershop, located on North Park Avenue in Warren, Ohio.
Show us his work.
I'm gonna show you some work right after these cameras go off. Hey.
Ooh.
But until next time, everybody, love,
Peace and love and prosperity and all that.
peace.
This is the manosphere.
Refusing to be bothered with the typical foolery. Don't bring it to my eye if it ain't got shit to do with me. And if you feeling froggy, just take a sip of brewing tea. My mind is full of fine minutia. I might just try to find Medusa. Invited to the Kama Sutra. Inside is screaming hallelujah. Niggas keep telling me I'm overdue. I be in the studio, it's up in the crib. X tried to hit me, bitch, I'm over you.